It's another Down Beach Buzz podcast for mid-July 2026. It's a scorcher out there. It's all powered by Sherry Lilienfeld of eXp Realty. Buy, sell, commercial, residential. Find Sherry online at realtysherry.com. And the Down Beach Buzz podcast also sponsored by our favorite mortgage guy. He's the pro. He's Paul Scollage of rate.com. And yes, we have, by popular demand, another featured real estate property we're going to dive into. And this time we're going to go a little bit outside the box. Actually, we're going to go outside the Down Beach zip codes a little bit, but it's all connected. It's true. A lot of us are downsizing, empty nesters, those big, giant suburban Philly homes no longer needed by those empty nesters. The kids are out of the house. What to do? Some are considering condos, but a lot of people, many are taking a serious look at luxurious new construction townhomes. South Philly, Packer Park. I am in my glory. That's Barbara Capozzi. We're going to talk about her Renaissance estates in Packer Place. Do a quick overview. Who is Barbara Capozzi? Because you have politics in your background. You're working on something that, well, you've continued all the work of your father.
My earliest memories of my father were sitting in the model home with him for the original Packer Park. And, you know, those are the days when you had a model home on Sundays and people came down. And it was a totally new area. My father had put together 19 farm properties south of Packer, and it's really novel. They had garages and front yards, and was totally new in the 1960s to, Philadelphia. So the houses were 11,000 now, and those same houses sell for 500,000 now. We have a lot of variety in Packer Park, and Renaissance Estates is the newest addition to it, new construction. We have an elevator to all 5 floors in each home, a nice large elevator. So I'm claustrophobic, and I picked out this elevator, so it's cool. We do have 10 buyers already. 3 are available now. Sub-Zero Wolf appliances, custom kitchens, a beautiful roof deck. It's an HOA, which takes care of all the landscaping and the snow removal, so you don't have to worry. Everything you could ask for in a home.
Barbara, one of the things that really struck me was that these properties are built modularly. And a lot of people don't really understand what modular construction is. And if I ever built a home, I would build it like that. The property is built, as it sounds, in modular pieces, but it's built inside with quality control. It's reproducible. Like when you look at construction down here, you see these properties being built and it's raining on it. And
my father had the first modular home in Philadelphia in the early 1970s. And we went down to the factory, etc. But this factory is light years above this. This was a Blueprint Robotics in Maryland. Everything was computer generated. It's built in a climate-controlled factory, but just the exterior. So why I did it? First of all, it's 40% more expensive, but it's quick. And this property where we built these homes is snuggled in between very exclusive homes. And as the civic leader, I'm always very respectful of my neighbors. And I didn't want them to have to go through months and months and months of construction. They heard no noise. They experienced no dust, no dirt. There was trucks for one day. Well, in segments, the homes came. They were assembled, exterior like building blocks, but they were tarped that same day. So water has never penetrated the outside of these homes. The bricklayer came the next day. I mean, my neighbors experienced no discomfort whatsoever. And that was really most important to me. Besides that, it's a superior building product. It really was an amazing process. There's no other way to do it. And I've since made this pitch to the city I'm on every advocacy group for real estate in the city. I love it. But I made a pitch to the city that's what they should be doing for affordable housing. Stick built is not the way to go.
Yeah, the quality is unbelievable. Superior. And the other thing is, a lot of people, when they think of modular homes, they don't think of luxury. And They don't realize that big luxury houses are built in modular fashion, but also even apartment buildings are built in modular fashion. People don't realize that it's not low class, it's high class, it's high quality. It is the way you should do construction if you want quality construction.
There is different levels of it, of course, and there are some shoddy construction, but a proper modular place now is climate controlled. Originally, modular had a bad name because they could only do a box. I mean, a straight box. They could do no deviations whatsoever. There's some very, very good modular builders, and it is definitely the wave of the future. My husband is in construction, and I didn't want him to be out in the heat either. So the houses were under roof, tarped, brick the next day, roofer came, fiber. I mean, it all was a beautiful process.
Barbara Capozzi and Sherry Lilienfeld, my two favorite realtors. I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart, and that is location, location, location. You guys heard about that, right? It's all the different destinations that are within a few moments, a few minutes away from Packer Park, the Packer Estates, the Renaissance Estates. So my favorite places, not only was I born in that neighborhood, the Naval Hospital, right? Barbara, you're aware of that. You helped implode that.
Right.
You and your family. We could literally just in a few moments get to the Phillies game, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, the Navy Yard, the Philadelphia International Airport, the Walt Whitman Bridge. In about an hour, you can be in Longport. If you're driving like Sherry Lilienfeld, you can get there in 50 minutes. I could get to Chicken and Pizza in no time, and maybe Skinny Joey's cheesesteaks. What more do you need?
What more do you need, indeed? And you forgot FDR Park, 350 acres of beautiful parkland that I have worked on for 30 years. I'm the co-president of that with Lindsay Scanapicchio. And that's undergoing a $250 million renovation just south of us. It's beautiful.
That's where my father would take us fishing all the time, League Island.
Yes. And we have restored and restocked those lakes. FDR went through a bad period, and then the Active Friends Group, which I'm the co-president of, took a hold, and we've cleaned up the lakes, restocked them. In fact, I went to order their fish for this season, and the guy said, you don't need them. It's a perfectly healthy fish population there. It's the only fishable lake in Philadelphia.
You got baseball fields.
We got everything.
That not only are you a developer, but you care so much about the green space and the environment. You are so connected to your community and your neighborhood from an environmental standpoint. And it's wonderful. Like, that's the one thing I noticed when I looked at your development. When you look at it from the satellite view, you see all the green space around it, and that you have a big picture in mind, that you're not just like in and out, develop and leave. You care about this neighborhood and this area, and it shows.
Yes. I fought very hard for that park. At one point, people wanted to put the two new stadiums there. And I just, it was a long battle, but it was a great experience, and we pushed them back.
What made you get into politics, and were you a realtor at that time?
I loved politics from when I was 6 years old. I loved John Kennedy.
What about local politics?
Local politics is where it's at.
Yeah.
You know, people worry about who the president is and all. That affects your life minimally, but your local politicians affect your life greatly. And I did run for office when our steadfast and beloved Ann Verna was going to retire, and I lost by 38 votes. And let me say that that still upsets me, except when I sit on my deck in Longport on a Sunday morning and I look out and I have my cup of coffee and I look out at that beautiful bay, and then I don't feel too bad that I lost.
Let me just jump in. Barbara Capozzi, how did you end up in Longport?
Well, I started in Ventnor, probably 1997. Then we got a boat. Then we bought a house with a huge dock. We have a 50-foot dock. We moved the boat there, but I never wanted to leave my deck. We have a huge deck. It's out on the bay. I don't want to ever leave my deck when I get down there. And really, if you time it right, you are 50 minutes from Packer Park. It's not like Wildwood, which is great. I was there the other night. Happy to come back to Longport, quiet, but it's 50 minutes away, 60 minutes max.
All right, it's the Down Beach Buzz podcast. And don't forget, if you need more details on all the awesome property that Barbara represents, PackerParkNewHomes.com. You got that? PackerParkNewHomes.com, Renaissance Estates down there in South Philly, an hour away from Longport. If you got to downsize, you want a beautiful new construction that's so easy to get around and it's close to everything. Do you think local leadership, Barbara and Sherry, do you think local municipalities, do they understand the economics of real estate?
I'm not sure they do. I'll defer to Sherry on that. I know there's a vast difference between Longport and Margate. I get all the reports that the people that care the most don't vote there. It's their second residence for most people. And I guess the people that live there who are registered aren't as active as they should be. I'm all about activism, and I'd love to see those local people become more active. I doubt if I could give up my voting rights in Philadelphia, but if I did.
There needs to be along the shore taxpayers associations. Do you agree, Sherry and Barbara?
Yes, definitely.
So
We
I
get no
mentioned
respect since we don't vote there.
It's felt in every shore community that most of the people that own don't have voting rights, but they pay a lot in taxes. The good news is for people like John here pushing for our meetings to be on Zoom, so at least people can see what's going on and be educated. But having non-residents taxpayers association, critically important, and also having those Zoom meetings, it'd be better if people who weren't there could participate. Not enough transparency.
That planning and zoning boards are more critical, more important to keep an eye on. Planning and zoning boards, they should be on these Zoom meetings too, because big decisions are made. Is that your experience, that a lot of people just don't know how their money is being spent?
They don't know, and they're afraid to stand up. But I think the problem also that the shore has is that it's their second home, which should be as important. My second home is as important to me as my first home because it's my mental health. But it's their second home, and they're already worn out from all the politics in Philly or wherever else they live. So when they get down there, all they want to do is relax and let somebody else worry about it. And that apathy is hard to fight.
The real estate environment is right now along the Jersey Shore, especially in Margate, Ventnor, and Longport.
It's funny because so I was at the Margate meeting last night, of course, and one of the questions I asked Palma, who is in charge of our construction office, she gave statistics about the permits being issued. She said 550 permits have been issued this year for construction.
Wow. In
that's
Margate?
40 more in Margate, just Margate. And she said that's 40 more than last year. But I asked her, I actually went up to the microphone and I said, Palma, of those, how many are new builds, tear downs and new builds? So she didn't have that statistic yet. She is going to give it to me, but I can tell you from driving around, I still see multiple tear downs on every block. It's crazy. For me, like I like to reduce, reuse, recycle. Like Zach and I were always rehabbing houses. Like we weren't tearing them down. We were trying to upgrade them. And that's what I enjoy doing. What is so interesting is most of the time their second homes, or a lot of times, is more expensive than their primary resident. I'm sure.
And I understand the new standard, talking to builders, is 7 bedrooms. 7 bedrooms. First of all, there's not 7 people I like enough to have 7 bedrooms in my house. We have 2 extra bedrooms. That's more than enough. And I have no idea. Maybe people think it sounds like fun to have all this company at the shore, but it's 5 loads of wash. It's probably 4 loads of dishwasher, 3 trips to castles. Are you kidding me? Think twice about that.
Are builders down the shore specifically, are some of them maybe overextended, Barbara, because they're probably borrowing money, right? So do you think it doesn't seem like it's slowing down. They're still very bullish.
It certainly seems that way. I don't know the financial situation of each one of them. I think most of those homes are spec, aren't they, Sherry?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I don't know. I don't get it, but okay.
Because I'm from South Philly, you're from South Philly, and she's from the Bronx, so we're allowed to get a little dirty here. 2 syllables and get your response. Reval.
Scary. Taxes go up. That's what I think.
In Philadelphia, every home was the assessments went up. It's ugly. I'm sorry to hear that, but let me put a plug for Longport. We don't have schools, and our taxes are, I think, 25% of what it is in Margate, right over the line. I know Bayfront and Margate is 50,000.
Well, that's because of it's primarily new construction, and everybody is taxed equally. So Longport, the more new construction you have, the more you don't need a reval, because the reassessments are happening every time you build a new home, right?
Right. So they should be getting a new influx of money. We hope.
Hey, Barbara, I'm really thinking about it. Should I become a realtor? Because I just see you guys having so much fun.
Absolutely. And you have the gift of gab. So that's the first start. But although I think, and this is what I tell the young ones, the key to a good realtor is to listen. Listen to what people are telling you. Listen to what they think they need. It may not be what they really need, but I try to do more listening than talking, and then to find the perfect home and the perfect fit for somebody it's really a very pleasant experience. Build quality construction. Now, I've seen every construction job in Philadelphia. They're not all quality. I mean, this is my husband here. Impeccable. We actually overdid the homes. High quality, maintenance free almost. New construction, which means you should have little or no problems for at least 10 years. We have a full 10-year tax abatement as well. And I have the pen from the governor for the original 10-year tax abatement law from 1997. I worked on that. It's really a very comfortable, easy way to live, especially with an elevator, which everybody says, oh, I'm not going to use that. I said I wasn't going to use it either, but I do use it, especially when you're going through more than one floor.
We're living longer, and an elevator now is not really an extra. It seems like it's a mandatory feature. Yeah.
Right. Everybody's getting their knees done, their hips done, et cetera, et cetera.
Barbara, how important is it to have a bidet in your unit?
We didn't do those because it's quite personal. We have helped people install them after. A bidet isn't necessary anymore. There's a fabulous toilet. I don't know what it's called. I have it at the store, and it sprays, it washes it. Oh, it's. I have to use my hands on this one. It's terrific.
What is the highest level of quality when you need to purchase a toilet? Would it be Toto? We call it the Bentley of toilets. Is that true?
I think there's a model that's. I don't know the name of ours. I think there's a model just under Toto that does as many things.
Whatever that is.
The only obstacle is it's noisy. So you have to figure a way around it if your toilet, what a subject, is near your bedroom late at night. And we found a workaround.
When you go into a new home that you're considering buying, the first thing you look at, kitchen, bath. So these are big decisions. And we've been talking mainly about pools lately. Everybody and their mama down the shore wants a pool, sometimes with very little setback. Your thoughts on everybody wanting a pool in the Down Beach area?
I guess it was originally one of those swimming things, which we never hooked up that contraption. It can be heated. It has weight, and I have it on my deck, and I wouldn't change it for a lifetime. It was $19,000. We got more enjoyment. We got $19,000 worth the first year. And a small pool like that, I highly recommend. It's manageable, very little chlorine. You put the cover on yourself at night. It's no big deal.
My pool is different. My pool it is a fiberglass pool that was lifted over my home.
Ours too.
And it's big.
Yeah.
It's like 30 feet long. If I tell you, the funniest thing was it's coming over my house. Mm-hmm. And my daughter's here, and I said, it's backwards. They had to flip it. Very, very stressful for the amount of money you spent. I don't get uptight and stressed about many things, but my pool that's supposed to give me relaxation and enjoyment gives me stress because I think about all the times I had to dig up my backyard and cut pavers.
Yeah. I recommend a small one. And and if I did it again, which we're talking about putting it at a different location on our big deck so that it becomes like almost an infinity, closer to the glass, I would go smaller. Because first of all, I don't want anybody else in there with me. It's not like I'm looking to be a community pool. It's myself, my husband, that's about it.
I have 4 adult children, and they have their two husbands, girlfriends, and
hey, Barbara, your husband Frank Scaramuzza, he's not connected, or is he, with the ravioli and pasta?
It's his. It was originally his aunt and uncle. Yes, that's one of our favorite things to purchase: gravies, meatballs, or pastas. Yeah. Scaramuzza, really? Scaramuzza, and it's a beautiful name. Yeah, unfortunately, I was 38 when I got married, so I didn't take that name. Capozzi's my maiden name. Capozzi's a great name too, with 2 Z's, man. That's awesome, man. Yeah, 1 P, 2 Z's like pizza. Yeah. But to hyphenate it, it would be 4 Z's. It would be Capozzi Scaramuzza. I thought it was too much.
Sherry Lilienfeld, what would you ask Ms. Barbara Capozzi? You guys are perfect together to move some properties. You guys together have a brain trust. Renaissance Estates. What do you say to somebody that's looking for something in Philly? They're downsizing from Bucks County, Montgomery County, Cherry Hill. They want to downsize. They want to go back and forth to their beach property, to the South Philly property. What do you say to somebody with that request?
Well, we're right near Walt Whitman Bridge, and we're also right near the airport. So you can't do better than that if you have the shore or you have Florida. We're right there. Very convenient. In fact, Packer Park for the longest time was the neighborhood nobody knew about, and we're happy about that.
I would always go to Penrose, the Penrose Diner. That was huge. We missed the Melrose, but the Penrose is still there, right?
Variety of food, and they have breakfast all day, which is my favorite.
We're all watching YouTube and the interwebs and all that. You see all kinds of weird stories about big cities, but that area around the sports complex and Packer Park and Renaissance Estates, my brother who works in concrete, he says it's amazing how it's transformed and it's getting better and better as opposed to getting a little crazy like some big giant urban centers. Philadelphia has their act together, don't they?
Yes, they do. Well, we do, at least in our neighborhood. And I am the civic leader 38 years. And I've been very involved with the sports complex, working now with the Sixers on their new arena, talking to the Eagles about their thoughts about a new arena. And we all work well together. And it's all about communication. In any field, it's all about communication and honesty.
I love that Barbara's part of the EXP team also. One big family. We're not franchises. We all support each other. We want to see everyone be successful. I want to see Barbara be successful in selling these.
Thank you.
I think it's great that you're also 7 minutes from the airport. That's phenomenal.
When we get off at when we land at the airport, we have to give the Uber driver a little extra. We don't have to, we want to, because it's such a short ride for them, and they groan because it's not like Northeast Philly. So we pay them. We pay them sometimes double. But we're home in 2 minutes, and everybody else on that plane's got an hour ride here and there.
Yeah,
we're home in 5 minutes. It's great.
Great location. I'm so glad you're part of the EXP family with me. And let's sell these. The three you have left. So I hope I sell them. By the way, I am licensed in Pennsylvania also.
Let's do it.
Just so you know.
We have a 10-year warranty, and it's us. So I think that has helped a lot as well. Thank you for the opportunity also. And I do love Longport, and I hope someday to spend more time down there. As it is, I'm there every weekend, winter or summer. And winter is just as beautiful, folks. Don't think if you buy a shore home, it's just for those 10 weekends in the summer. Actually, once you've been down a couple years, you'll be praying for September. Believe it or not. I see a great value in September when you all go home.
That is the month, because the ocean temperature is the warmest in September.
Quiet.
And the weather is still beautiful.